So we are back with the March Plan With Me session, and we're actually going to start by doing a quick review of last month, how it went, and then I'm going to lay out next month in really the same format that I've done for a long time. And have some things that I don't think went well as far as productivity overall, but I'm just not sure that I have a good solution to it yet. Like I just don't know the process by which to solve that problem yet, so I'm going to stick with what I'm doing, and I haven't seen anything that I thought, oh, that'll be awesome. So let's get into that. Let's start. Let's get into it. You ready? I'm sure you're ready. You're ready now. Down to the notebook. So as I look at last month, what I really see is, and this all went well. You can see the hours, I kept that up to track, and I put, this is in red, but I don't necessarily think it's bad to be slightly over for this client. I'm not going to worry about it that much. It is what it is. It's totally fine. Like I said, there were some issues with last month. And mostly it comes down to what happened project-wise as well, which seems to be a similar problem all the time. Tracking projects seems to be the biggest problem, staying on top of them. Now I say this, and I did do all my reviews. I did my review every Friday. I did my planning every Friday. I did everything that I normally do, but still I felt like a little bit the projects weren't handled well, or I wasn't always aware of everything that was going on with my projects. But I don't have a good solution to it. So like I said, I'm just going to leave it. Now, as far as reading, I did do this. I read this book, and I read this book. So that's awesome, and I'm in progress on Kids Are Worth It. The other ones I haven't done yet. I want to move The Third Door, so but I normally don't move books forward, but I kind of want to move that one forward, so I'm going to do it. Now, the things I'm going to have in front of me while I do this is I'm going to flip back and forth to my, where is it? March. I'll flip back to March, and then I'm going to also have my calendar in front of me, which is on my iPad right there. And that's really it. That's what I'm going to focus on, those things right there, and the rest of it, I don't really have anything else. I'll probably pick through my projects on things a little bit. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do there, so I'm not sure if I'll show you that or if it's going to be relevant or useful to you. Now let's start the process of doing my migration into the next month, and that's going to start with the calendar and drawing out my weeks for the month so that I know kind of where I'm at. So that's going to be developing this spread again. Now, probably the biggest change to this that I've made is as I looked at my calendar, I actually started going through and putting in some of the other family appointments that I normally haven't tracked inside my bullet journal. So like this is a meeting for my wife. She's on leadership, another leadership, birthday party, not birthday party, but like a friend's birthday. I've added those in here for things that I want to note, and I haven't done that before with the family stuff, but then I always am surprised a bit, just wondering like, hey, what's up? Why don't I know that there's a leadership meeting this weekend for my wife? And I just don't know it. So that's the biggest change I've made here. And I have 3 books in here. I've already started Persuasion. The Third Door I'm working on, or I'm going to read, I think, after, and it doesn't have to be crazy at work. I don't know what the other 2 are. I'm still working on the Kids Are Worth It in the Evenings. I haven't been making great progress on that, and I've read a bunch of fiction books over the last month too, probably 5. So I've been making good progress on Kids Are Worth It. So it might actually need to become not an evening book, and we'll see how this month goes. But if it still isn't getting done, then it's going to have to become not an evening book. It's going to have to become a book for the day, a book that I'm really going to dig into, a book that I just need to I need to dig into and take notes in my notebook. So from there, I would set up my normal weekly spread, just again, like I always do. And I'll set this up for the next week already out of the gate, and that's March 4 to 8. So let's set that up. So like always with this, I actually start by putting in the bounds to my work, which really is skating. That's the biggest boundary that I have to all my work all the time is when my wife goes skating. Now, luckily, and we found, where our regular babysitter changed jobs, so she is available most days. But that means I can work some of them, but I still have to put in skating. And then at this day, it's, what is it? 5, so 17:30 L swim. So I'm kind of off during that time because I take a daughter to swimming and to go skating again. And skating again. I realized that I forgot to do some of my little tick marks to know where times are better. Let's do that. These just help me know kind of where things are at. Like as I do the grid, right? Let me know. And they're clearly not like exact. You can tell I don't. 12, 15, 1500. I don't worry as much that it's like exactly 6 spaces or exactly like, yeah, it's pretty close. That's good enough. I'll take that. So there we go. Now I've got those things in, and I know that I also have skating on Tuesdays from at 10 to 1300 skate, and then we have skating on Thursday as well. And here I also have 17:30 is swim. So now I know kind of the commitments, and then on the weekend I have that too. It's at skate. Cool. So now I've got that in, and I know what kind of some of my bounds are, at least for part of my stuff. But now we're going to add in green. My personal activity. So that means I'm going to run Mondays. And then my wife usually runs on Wednesday, so I'll do CY run. And like I'm watching the kids during that too. Thursdays, I sometimes run early. I don't know, I just put it in. I put it in so that I know I'm doing it that day. Run, and then I run often in the afternoon on that. I'm not sure. We have a skating carnival coming up, so that actually might be carnival weekend, in which case I'm not going to run then. I'll probably run Sunday, but I'll take that kind of as it comes. Now, the next step that I have to do is I'm going to grab out my blue one, and I'll check my calendar for the week. I'm not on the right week, so nope. There, now I'm on the right week. So now I look at my kind of my appointments and see what else I have going on this week. So I know that on this day at 1900, there's PAC. That's just across the street, and they have childcare, which is awesome. And I know on this day it's at actually 12:30. I have a coaching call for 60 minutes. And then I know over on this day, this is a fairly regular one. At 1100, I have a group coaching call for group 1. And then I have another one at 12:10. That is for Ken. And that is really all of my other commitments. So now the point is to figure out what project work do I need to do during the week. And so I know that I need to work on, I usually just go me. I have a vlog and a video. And I'd like to keep writing on something, a project that I started this morning a little bit, doing research anyways, on digital minimalism. Digital minimalism. There you go. So I want to work on that writing wise. And then I'd actually love to finish the first one. This is a Lyris. This is an email integration. I'd like to finish that today, but I'm not getting access to the server much. So we'll see when I actually can finish that. PRI. Final tests should be done. I'm hoping maybe we finish this today. It depends on what bugs come up. And then I have, for AppPresser, my client, I want the EDD recurring. I'm gonna actually take some code on my part to make that work. And I need to go do their second Tuesday update post. I'm going to get that ready for the following week because that will go out on March 12th, I think. March 12th. Amazing, I remembered that. So those are the big projects I need to do. And then actually, I know I don't write Ronald in a lot, but Ronald, I usually go read, write, Ronald. Ronald is my Tuesday morning client. I work for him pretty much every Tuesday. And that's just what I do. And then Mondays, I read, write, I do those. And I often I'm starting reading at like 5 something in the morning. So I read for an hour is the plan. And again, same with Wednesday. I read and write. Thursday, I publish my content. I get that already. Yeah. So that's and this is really how I plan my whole week, every week, all the time. And then look at this. So 12:30, I'm going to be back around maybe 11:40, but I don't have a lot to do in there. There's not a lot I can do. So the best tasks for this area right here are probably either research. They're tasks that aren't mentally intensive. They're tasks that I'm not just going to dig into forever and ever and ever. They're tasks that need to be tasks that are easy, tasks that I can do fairly quickly. So that makes a good one, like even to do the AppPresser post. So let's go the app post, see if I can get most of that done. And I can't work on the EDD recurring really, so I won't really, let me put that in there. EDD recur. And I got to remember, I have this skating time. Almost always I have this skating time. Or, PRI might be a good one in here as well to do quickly. We'll just have to see. Now, Tuesdays, I'm going to come in and I really want to, Wednesday, I should spend my whole day on Prov. So we'll put them in there. Prov, it's 2 big chunks for them. PRI, let's finish that off. Let's allot them some time on Tuesday, and then maybe through this time as well. We'll have to see. If not, then I'm going to go write Liquid web stuff. I'm going to put this in here. Liquid. I have a Woo plugins post and WP dev post. So I work on both of those in there. Thursdays, again, I should do Prov in the afternoon. That's my week. It's already planned. I usually do this on Fridays. It's actually Thursday just before I go do, hot dog day with my daughter. But right now I'm doing, I've done this. And I'll do hot dog day at my daughter's school in a second. So that means I've actually resolved this for tomorrow. I don't have to plan my week because I've done it. I'll probably still review it tomorrow. I've got a very free day. I have coffee with a friend at 11. And other than that, it's a pretty free day tomorrow, which is excellent. And I'll use most of that time to review, to plan, and then maybe probably do some research on the digital minimalism thing that I'm looking at. The book, I just finished the book, and I started writing a little bit of a review of it and realized that it's probably going to be a lot bigger than I originally anticipated, which I do all the time. I end up writing a book sometimes out of the book. So we'll just have to see. As I looked at stuff from like Matt Diavella and some other resources that I've come across recently on digital minimalism, just knowing that this is probably going to be longer than a book review, and I'd like to get back to doing my book reviews as well. That's something else I don't see how I fit it in here, but although maybe because Tuesdays and Thursdays I'll have someone to watch the kids, so that I can do a little bit more work, then maybe I will have time to get back to doing some of the recording, some of the other podcast stuff that I was doing. And yeah, and I've also thought for the digital minimalism, I want to do a YouTube video, but what if I do it, like do the voiceover, make sure the voiceover is solid and locked down, render that out as the podcast, and then add B-roll, add other stuff, add other pauses, add other things to the video only content. So it'll be similar content, the same content really, as far as audio goes, as far as my content, my spoken content goes, but it'll be slightly different depending on the medium you're in. So this will be an experiment to see how time intensive this is. I think my heart really lies in diving deep, and I'm not sure how often I can keep up, or how long I can keep up and do quality that I want to do for this like weekly video stuff on YouTube. Vlogging's fun, as I read digital minimalism, I don't always want to be digging into like recording every moment of every day for other people to see. So we'll just have to see how it goes. That's my plan. That's how I plan every month. I've done this again for a long time. Something I didn't add in here is Ronald. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. There you go. And then AP, I want them to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't know if I'm going to hit this. 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, I did. Perfect. I'll get a ruler for the next line because that's just already a little messy. And I realized I wasn't, although I was keeping track in my task management, Cushion. I realized I was keeping track of it there, and I can look back and see how many hours I've done for them in the month, but I didn't really have a tracking in my notebook. And I want to keep tracking that in my notebook. Again, the notebook just feels more real, often feels more real. So that's it. Let me know how you plan your month. If you have other questions, you want to see other things that I do, you want to see, if you feel like I missed a part in here and you want to see it for next time, let me know so that I can give it to you. Keep being awesome. Have an awesome week. I don't know, just be awesome. Awesome it is. Thanks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, you can make sure you don't miss any by subscribing below. Make sure you hit that little bell icon so you get notifications if you like notifications. Although, I gotta be honest, I hate them. If you'd like to support the channel, like to make sure that the videos keep coming, that the content keeps coming, you can support me on patreon.com/Curtis McHale. Have an awesome day.